for a quick little sound demo. Welcome home. I'm Jarrell from Mountain Home. I wanted to share with you a custom modded instrument that I worked on this week that I'm very happy with. This originally is a Kamey's tenor scale banjo ukulele. These are easy to get a hold of right now. They're pretty common on shops online, for example, like eBay. You can get just the instrument itself for around maybe 80 or 90 US dollars or so, maybe a bit cheaper, maybe 70 US dollars. I'm trying to do the conversion in my head. I pay Australian dollars. I like to pick up a kit that comes with a bag. Always nice to have somewhere safe to keep these things. Those are usually around 100 US dollars or so. So what I've done is I've added extra tuning machines, and I have modified the bridge and the nut here, and what I'm using on these are light gauge mandola strings. I believe the heaviest strings are 50. I believe these are maybe 14. So if you're interested, go ahead and comment, and I'll post which strings that I used on these. So another modification I did is that these Kamey's banjo ukuleles have these back plates totally screwed on. They generally don't have a space for air to flow in and out of the instrument. So I've used these longer screws so that I can have airflow. It helps with tonal clarity and projection. You get a much better sound if you have airflow at the back of the instrument. So my idea with this instrument is I wanted the sparkle of a banjo with the playability of an octave mandolin. So what I call this is an octave mando banjo. This is not a banjo mandolin or a banjolin. It is tuned an octave down, which is why I've used heavier strings and a longer scale. I'm a big fan of playing octave mandolin as much as I am of playing standard mandolin. But the octave mandolin has something special about it. It covers a sound range that you don't often hear with the mandolin family. So I think it's quite special when you do get to hear an octave mandolin play alongside other instruments, especially in an ensemble. I think it has a voice that really adds something to the music and really helps it sparkle in a way that you don't normally get to hear, because octave mandolins are not very common of an instrument. I wanted that interesting dynamic of being able to add something to an ensemble with the sparkle of a banjo, and I feel very happy with this instrument. I feel like I've accomplished what I set out to do, but boy, it was a nightmare getting these strings on here. I didn't set up a custom tailpiece for this. What I did was I actually removed the screw, and I ran the loop on these strings through the screw, and then I fed the strings up through the tailpiece. I just wanted to see how simple I could keep this instrument without having to do too much complicated work with it. That seems to work, but it's very annoying getting these strings on here. Now, I'm very happy with the sparkle that I get from the top 3 strings, especially the first and second courses. There's a nice mellowness that comes from the third course. I always knew that the fourth course, or the lowest strings, I knew they were going to struggle, and that is because the lower frequency tonal ranges, the bigger strings that have the lower, deeper tones, they really need more operating space for their vibrational nodes. When you shorten the amount of space they have for their vibrational nodes, they really struggle to have presence, and they come across as a bit muted. So that struggles a bit. It's not my favorite area to play on the fretboard there on that string. So it does come across as quite muted. I'm going to experiment and try some thinner gauge strings. Maybe if I use, I'll try some 42s or 44s. These are 50s. And they're really struggling to get any presence in there, especially compared to the other strings. When you strum out a chord, banjos are not great for chords when you're using metal strings. The banjo membrane really isn't designed for that. It really is excellent at your finger picking patterns and even flat picking for this particular instrument. Something that I was looking forward to while working on this instrument, and I'm very happy with the end result, is the tremolo I'm able to get on this instrument. If you're familiar with the sort of tremolo that you can get on a standard banjo mandolin, which is an octave higher up than this, it's quite pleasant. It's very nice, and I wanted to see if that warmness that comes from the lower octave would come through, and it's something that I'm very happy with the sound of. And again, on the lowest strings, they're not so great. They make a sound, and that's what I can say about that. I'll let you know. I'll change the strings out on these, and I'll see if I can improve them. But in order to do that, I would have to remove the tailpiece and all the other strings. I'd like to just enjoy playing the instrument after all the hard work that I've put into it. So I hope you've enjoyed that. If you're interested in hearing more, please let me know in the comments. And when I do my jams throughout the week, I will play more of this. If there's any other instruments or modifications you'd like to hear, comment and let me know. So that's my project. This is the Octave Mandolin Banjo. It's got a voice that no other instrument that I have ever seen has. It's really something that's pleasant. It's interesting. It has so much texture and depth to the tonality of it. I'm very excited with it. I can't put the thing down. I'm sitting around the house or walking around the house, and I see this on the stand. I just grab it and pick it up and play it a bit. It's such a charismatic instrument, a fascinating sound. Again, it doesn't sound like anything I've ever heard or played. So yeah, if you're interested in hearing more about how I put it together, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll put together a video to help you modify one of these so that you can have one as well. Anyway, I hope you come home again soon, and please stick around. I do have more reviews and instrument modifications coming soon as well. Please take care of yourselves. I'll see you around again soon.